Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Good Luggage. Before we start, I want to say a huge thank you to our current Patreons, OCD Detailing and WashMe.ie. I recently set up the Patreon in order to try and help the channel to grow and to encourage people to support the channel, I suppose, in a sense. With Patreon then, I'm able to do a couple of little behind the scenes videos of what's actually going on. I'll be able to put up pre-release videos as well before they actually go live onto YouTube publicly. So you'll be able to see that. So if you'd like to support the channel, please see the link below for Patreon. Any help is much appreciated as we carry on the journey there throughout this YouTube, whatever I'm doing anyway. So a big massive thank you to those guys anyway. You can also see links below. Two guys, the two companies there, OCD Detailing and WashMe.ie, are both offering Good Luggage viewers a 10% discount by using GL10 at the checkout. So check it out down below. So what's the video about? It's to outline what I think may be one of the best detailing products out there on the market. The label itself doesn't give much away because there's no English on it. I think it's actually in Swedish. It's basically a pre-wash and a tar remover all in one. And the way you apply it is basically just by spraying it on the car, letting it dwell for a long time. And those that have used the product in the past themselves know the product that I'm talking about and know how effective and great it is actually. So I suppose let's just kick into it. The product itself is called Vasco Prewash. So this is the product in question. It's the Vasco Prewash. Comes in a variety of different sizes. I think it's 1 litre, 5 litre, and I think it comes in 25 litre as well. So the way it works is basically that you are spraying the product onto the car. I don't know how much I've used in the last, it's probably nearly half a bottle. You do use a lot of product when you are actually going at the car, and if you do it in direct sunlight or any sort of sunlight I suppose at all, or windy conditions, you may need to use a little bit more than your normal average amount that you would be using. It's a kind of a gel-like substance inside, although it feels it's liquidy anyway. What happens is there's basically like a gel which sits at the bottom of the bottle here, and whatever liquid is in it anyway, but you need to shake it up before you start it. So I'm going to pour out a bit just to see what the consistency is of it. So let's just check out so I haven't shaken this or done anything like that at all, so hopefully it'll work out okay. Seems gel like on the actual thing itself, so there you can see see the way it's lumpy coming out. Alright, basically this is one of the main reasons why the people who sell this product, now I got mine off Pirates Garage down in Wexford, but the people who sell this product always say that you need to shake the bottle before you actually start spraying it, because a lot of the gunk is stored at the bottom, or it's all clumpy and stuff, and that can lead to trigger problems in the sense that the sprayer isn't actually working. So before you actually go to use it, you need to shake it very well so that it just mixes everything back in together at the bottom, and there's no clumpy bits. It's not going to ruin your trigger sprayer then. So just when you are using it, give it a good shake down first. So another test we could do now is to test the pH of the actual product itself as well, and get one of our little strips here, pull it out, dab it into it. Does it tell us anything at all? Not really much colour change happening on that. So it comes in as a pH of 6, so it's in or around pH neutral, but it's just the cleaning abilities of this is something serious. It said pH neutral. Is it safe from waxes and sealants and stuff like that? I've heard it is, from the people who sell this product in Ireland anyway. What are you going to do? What else do you want to know about it? I think I'm going to try and do a Google and see, Google Translate, and see what the actual instructions say, see if it'll do it for me. So I was hoping to get a white car to be able to show an actual sort of real-time process of this, the Vasco wash, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a white panel on the Jeep here, just the rear lower quarter, where there's a bit of mud, bit of tar, all sorts of build up anyway. You'll see from the time lapse that I've done, we've already done one car, and hopefully you kind of get an idea from that, but I kind of just wanted to do it with a bit of talking over and showing you as we go along what we're doing, how it comes out of the bottle, etc, etc. So let's go. first of all, as we said, we need to shake it up, make sure that all the stuff on the bottom of the bottle, or all the gel and whatever's in here, is all sort of mixed up and broken up and working itself into the whatever liquid I don't know exactly what it is, but anyway, shake it up well before you put on any card. So you're basically just breaking up all the gel that might have stuck together inside the bottle then. And then at least it's not going to be one clump that's going to be blocking up your trigger spray. Some people do say that there is a problem with the trigger sprays on these, but it's actually, what happens is that it's not shaken first, and the gel, because it's solidified in the bottom of the bottle, it's when it goes to try and pull it up from the bottom of the bottle, it's just gel that's coming in here, and that's just getting stuck there. So that's why the trigger bottles are, I suppose, failing a little bit on them. But anyway, let's spray it on and see. So it comes out like a spray, good fine spray. And what you would do is spray this all over the car. I'm just going to do that much. Oops, a daisy. Now, then you have to leave it for about however long you can, I suppose. Really, about 40 minutes maybe is probably what I found was best then. So the way I like to use this product, and I suppose what I've been advised as well, is that because it's going to take such that's a good long time for a pre-wash to actually start working. First thing I do when I come to the car is I spray it with the pre-wash. Okay, so it's sprayed. I've nothing laid out or nothing done or anything like that. Spray the car, spray whatever you're doing. Then start to get all your equipment ready, your power hose and your buckets and your shampoos and all that sort of snow foam, whatever, all that sort of crack. Then go into the wheels, and by the time you have all the wheels and arches and everything like that done, and setting up and all the rest, it's nearly about 40 minutes anyway. So well, maybe it's not 40 minutes, but anyway, take your time at it and give it the time to work, and you'll see exactly why the difference that 40 minutes will make then. So I was fairly reliant on what people were telling me on how to use the product, what was in the product, etc. The instructions that are on the bottle itself, there's no English on them, so I had to enlist the trusty help of Google Translate in order to find out for myself exactly what does it say on the bottle, and it also actually tells us what ingredients are in it. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so hopefully you're going to be able to see through my phone exactly how I was able to read any of that sort of stuff there. Basically, get your Google Translate, open the camera section of it. If you aim it at the text, there, pre-wash degreaser is a uni such and such and such, blah blah whatever, and that's how it shows you exactly what's in the bottle then. Now the interesting part about this was we could find out exactly what's in it. So it contains sodium lauryl ether sulfate, distillate, which is petroleum, hydrotreated light, aliphatic hydrocarbons is, I think it says greater than, oh Jane, it's going mental. Greater than 30% maybe. Aromatic hydrocarbons less than 5%. Non-ionic surfactants less than 5%. And anionic surfactants less than 5%. You're dealing with a tar remover, so there's hydrocarbons in it to help get rid of that tar remover, or tar off the vehicles as well. Then over here, basically let's go back to the instructions again. Shake the bottle well before use. Apply the product on a dry surface. Leave on for 5 to 10 minutes or up to 30 minutes for something with loads of dirt. Then rinse with water or hose or high pressure. Always work from the bottom up. Avoid applying to rubber, plastic, or I think it said freshly painted surfaces. Also avoid applying in direct sunlight. The surface is then suitably wetted for Vasco wax shampoo then. Okay, so the biggest thing that I got from reading the instructions is up the top here. Due to its gel form, the product does not run off vertically. It does not run off vertical surfaces and can thus operate for a longer period of time. This means the product becomes more expensive than traditional abatement means. So basically what it's saying is that the product is that little bit more expensive, I suppose, than other general normal pre-washes, but the gel consistency in it means that it doesn't actually, if you spray it onto the panel, it doesn't let it run down the panel, it actually sticks to the panel, and what that means is it can work for that little bit longer on the parts that may be affected, i.e. the tar and the dirt and whatever else might be on it. Other things to note from that: don't use it on rubbers or plastics, don't use it on fresh paint. What else was there? Don't use it in direct sunlight, obviously it'll dry in. If it does start to dry in as well, the advice that I got is just wet it a bit again. So if you are doing it outdoors and it's a bit windy or whatever and you start seeing dry patches again, just dab a little bit more stuff onto it. And they're the main important things, I suppose, about this product then. So, just thought I might give you a quick update. It is now 20:54, 15 minutes in, okay. So I've just sprayed this, went off chatting for a while like an idiot on the camera. So 15 minutes in, and you can see already all the tar is starting to try and basically loosening and getting rid of it all, I suppose. All the little bits and bobs everywhere. So you mightn't even actually need the 40 minutes as I was saying on this one, but having said that, there is a couple of big bits on it. So it may just need, like, I don't know what, oh, that's just coming off. You see it's even starting to just rub away there now. It's not fully gone, it's still lingering a tiny bit, so obviously you want to let it work its magic for another little while more. Now we've done 35 minutes of dwell timer sitting on the panel itself. Now you can see all the tar is starting to run off now completely, and the way you test it is then you look at the bigger spots of tar and you basically just rub a tiny bit of it, see will it come off. That bit is still fairly hard on it, so in theory you should leave it for another little while longer. See, all the big bits, they're generally just falling off. So I just actually picked one that just, you can feel it hard. So it would need another couple of minutes maybe just to get the bigger bits all sorted and ready for falling off and stuff. So anyway, we're going to rinse it right now. Don't have a power washer with me, so this is just a regular hose, and we'll see the effects of it then. Ready? Here we go. Yeah, so where do we stand? Okay, that is all. So there's little bits of tar still left on it. See all those bits there now? They're just all little bits that would more than likely come off with a snow foam, or else maybe even a little bit more water might do it. Let's see. I'd say if you had a power hose now, all those little bits would come off there, so they would. But you can see the majority, obviously that's a chip. These are bigger bits of tar here. I just need that little bit longer. As I said, you need to test it first before you power hose it off, obviously depending how much tar you want to be taking off. But we did look at those and they weren't fully ready, so in theory you would have left it for longer. But it has definitely gotten rid of so much tar off the car anyway, even on the bottom. And there's bits left there, but again, power hose. See the way it's all nearly coming off my finger here now. So would it been called a pre-wash? I wouldn't take it literally. I would take it basically with a different meaning, and maybe possibly calling it a different stage or a new stage towards your washing preparation, your washing stages, your washing process. Although it's called a pre-wash, you would need to have a snow foam or something afterwards, due to the fact that there's a lot of hydrocarbons and stuff and petrochemicals that are being used in this, obviously, to remove the tar. So you definitely will need a snow foam then to neutralize the product that you're after putting on. You know, in comparison to the likes of Auto Smart TARDIS, that has an emulsifier in it. So when you spray it with the water, that's actually diluting it down. Therefore, you're not needing an extra stage after that. So there's pros and cons of the product itself. But as regards having that extra stage, you know, as a pre-wash, getting rid of the tar at the same time, and then going over with your snow foam as your next pre-wash as such, I think it just adds that little bit of value, that extra step in order to making a cleaner car as such then. As is known as a pre-wash, but there's also a tar remover segment in it. Should you charge for an extra step within the car washing process? You know, are you doing a mini decontamination? Could you call it a mini decontamination? Possibly. You know, if you're getting 2 to 3 cars out of a €15 bottle, that's a £5 extra you know, I suppose that you could be charging. Well, that's the product. I mean, whatever, you know, add your markup on that then as well, whatever products that you are using. So it's possibly, you know, things that you could think about maybe is that you're doing a mini valet or a car wash or a maintenance wash, but you're also including a mini decontamination within the process. So it might be something worth thinking about if you can get that extra couple of bob from using this product as well. So final thoughts on this product. Is it the best in the world? I definitely think it's well up there with some of the greatest products that are out there. Some of the things that I definitely would say about it is that it is definitely more ideal if you do have a power washer. If you've seen with the Jeep, they're using a hose, it'll get off most of it, but the power wash will just really get those last little bits, I think, and just make sure that the whole panel is clean then. The fact that it mixes the surfactants with the petrochemicals and stuff, you know, giving it that 2-in-1 process, you know, for dirt and debris, also with tar and road grime and all that sort of stuff, I think it really is an ideal pre-cleaner. As I said in the video, I think it's more of maybe an extra stage or a 2-in-1. I think if you can give the customer that little bit more in the sense of pre-cleaning the car properly along with removing the tar at the same time, I think it's an awesome product to be able to do both of those at once. You know, I do think it is for both detailers and validators alike. Maybe the likes of the validators would prefer to have, you know, the quicker process, etc. But as I said, if you arrive on scene and you spray the car down, then get all your gear ready, do your wheels, and then come back to the paintwork, I think it has a hell of a lot of cleaning properties that could aid in, I suppose, giving the customer satisfaction to whoever your client is or may be. So will I keep using it? I definitely will. It's not a product that I'll be using all the time, I don't think, as regards, you know, you don't need to get rid of tar all the time or anything like that. You know, good citrus pre-wash or other pre-washes, whatever you do have, but I think a good deep clean, this product should definitely be stored in your arsenal, definitely, without a doubt. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, which is the red button down below there. I definitely think this is a worthwhile exercise, as before I got it, I didn't know a huge amount about the product, so hopefully you've actually learned a little bit from this as well, as regards what the Vasco Prewash can actually do for your cleaning processes then. So don't forget, underneath here you'll see the descriptions as well for our two Patreons. They're OCD Detailing and washme.ie, both of which are offering a 10% discount if you use the code GL10 at the checkout then, so make sure you check them out. Links are in the descriptions below. Okay, till the next one, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.